Every big dream looks impossible from the bottom. Your brain sees the distance, not the destination. That's why so many people stop before they even begin. The goal feels heavier than it really is. Then you compare yourself to someone already ahead. Suddenly, your own progress feels meaningless. The endless list of things to do becomes overwhelming. Your motivation starts to disappear. You think about giving up. Maybe this dream just isn't meant for you. What if success doesn't begin with a giant leap? What if it starts with one tiny step? One small action doesn't seem important, yet it's the hardest step you'll ever take. Something changes inside your brain. Confidence grows long before results appear. Now the path doesn't look impossible anymore, it looks like a series of small victories. And that's where everything begins. Small wins don't just change your day, they start changing your brain. Real change begins with one completed day. Your brain remembers every promise you keep. Think of your habits like watering a plant. One effort won't transform it, but consistency will. The growth seems invisible until one day you notice something has changed. Every small success strengthens the pathways in your brain. Repeating an action makes it easier to repeat again. The next step feels lighter than the first. Progress creates momentum. Your brain rewards completed actions with a sense of achievement. That feeling encourages you to continue. Soon, small actions become part of your routine. What once felt difficult now feels natural. You stop chasing perfection. You start trusting progress. The strongest change isn't in your results, it's in how you see yourself. And with every small win, your brain quietly becomes the person you've been trying to become. Most people wait until they feel ready. But readiness is created through action, not waiting. One sentence written, one push-up completed, one page read. Every day your brain offers two choices, a tiny action or another excuse. The more often you choose action, the easier that choice becomes. Self-doubt doesn't disappear overnight. It shrinks every time you prove it wrong. Each completed promise builds trust in yourself. That trust becomes your greatest strength. Goals stop feeling impossible. They become reachable, one step at a time. Your brain is constantly adapting. Every repetition strengthens the new version of you. Soon, discipline feels less like effort and more like your normal way of living. Without realizing it, you're already much farther than where you started. Every day, life gives you two choices. Comfort keeps you the same. Growth changes who you become. Choosing growth rarely feels easy, but it only requires one small decision. You don't need to see the whole journey. You only need to trust the next step. Every action leaves a mark. Your brain remembers the path you repeat. One day, you look back and realize you've come farther than you imagined. This is how your brain rewires itself, not through giant moments, but through repeated small victories. The things that once felt heavy begin to feel surprisingly light. What used to demand motivation high now happens almost automatically. The biggest reward isn't the trophy, it's becoming someone who never gives up. And with every small win, even bigger challenges begin to look possible. Scene 1 success is rarely built in one giant moment. It's built one tiny deposit at a time. At first, your progress feels invisible. You wonder if your effort even matters. But every small action leaves evidence. Your brain never forgets a repeated success. One more page, one more workout, one more promise kept. Then something incredible happens. The small wins begin to multiply. Each repeated action strengthens your brain's pathways, making positive habits easier to follow. Building confidence is like building a wall. You only place one brick at a time. No single brick looks impressive. Together they become something unshakable. One day, you'll realize your confidence wasn't found. It was built. Keep collecting small wins. They're creating a stronger brain and a stronger you every single day. Every day, you face the same choice. Quit or keep going. The decision seems small, but your brain treats it like a vote for the person you're becoming. Each time you continue, you make the next decision a little easier. Your brain is constantly rewriting itself. Unused pathways weaken while repeated ones grow stronger. That's why habits eventually feel automatic. Your brain learns to expect them. You stop competing with yesterday's failures. You start building today's victory. The future isn't created by one massive breakthrough. It's shaped by thousands of tiny choices. Eventually, you don't just notice new results. You recognize a completely different version of yourself. That's when a powerful realization appears. Small wins create big identities, and once your identity changes, success stops feeling like luck. it becomes your new normal. Your brain loves instant rewards, but lasting success asks for patience. Every time you choose the harder path, you strengthen your ability to delay gratification. Distractions never disappear. You simply become better at ignoring them. Focus is not a talent. It's a habit built through repetition. Each time you stay on track, your brain makes concentration easier the next time. Finishing even one small task sends a powerful message. I keep my promises. Those tiny promises begin stacking together. Before long, they become the staircase to your goals. You don't climb by jumping. You climb by taking the next step. As your habits improve, your future becomes easier to imagine. The strongest people aren't born different. They simply repeat small wins until success becomes automatic. Progress doesn't mean you'll never fall. It means you refuse to stay down. Your biggest mistakes can become your greatest teachers if you choose to learn from them. Time you get back up, your brain records resilience instead of defeat. Even setbacks help rewire your mind. Learning creates stronger connections than avoiding failure ever could. One more step after a setback is more powerful than 10 easy steps before it. Just like a cracked pot can still grow a flower, imperfection can still produce greatness. Growth isn't becoming flawless, it's becoming wiser than yesterday. With every recovery, your confidence becomes harder to break. One day you'll thank the obstacles because they built the person you are becoming. Keep moving. Your next small win may be the one that changes everything. Great transformations rarely begin with great actions. They begin with tiny movements. A small habit may seem insignificant today, but tomorrow it becomes easier to repeat. That's the power of momentum. Small wins grow bigger with every repetition. Inside your brain, tiny improvements connect together, forming stronger and faster pathways. One action can trigger another. Just like the first domino starts the entire chain. Soon, success stops depending on motivation. Your habits begin carrying you forward. 3 simple tasks completed today are worth more than 30 planned for someday. Every checked box becomes another step toward your future. When you build momentum, your goals stop looking distant. They start feeling inevitable. Keep protecting your small wins, because one day, they'll become the unstoppable force behind your success. Real transformation begins the moment you see yourself differently. Small wins don't just change your habits, they reshape your identity. The person in the mirror becomes someone you can trust. Your brain now expects action instead of excuses. That expectation becomes your new normal. The fears that once stopped you become signs you've already walked past. Your consistency starts inspiring others. Success becomes something you share. Sometimes the greatest victory is helping someone else take their first step. Growth becomes even stronger when you climb together. You realize the mountain was never your greatest challenge. Believing in yourself was, and now every new challenge feels like another opportunity. Because your brain has learned one powerful truth. Small wins create extraordinary lives. Look at the mountain in front of you. Now remember the person who once feared the first step. None of this happened overnight. It happened one tiny win at a time. Every footprint tells a story. Every small choice became part of your identity. Inside your brain, thousands of repeated actions have built a stronger version of you. Never underestimate something small. Even a seed can become a forest. Every habit begins exactly the same way, with one simple decision. Be patient with your progress. Growth is happening, even when you can't see it. One day, the results will finally appear, and they'll seem almost magical. If you want to change your life, don't start with a giant goal. Start with one action and let your brain do the rest. You've reached the top, not because you were the strongest, but because you kept taking the next step. Every glowing footprint behind you was once a decision that felt too small to matter. Your brain didn't change in a single day. It changed through thousands of repeated choices. The most powerful transformation wasn't in your circumstances. It was in your mindset. Now you have something even more valuable than success, the ability to help someone else begin. Imagine what happens when millions of people choose one small positive action today. Every giant tree was once a tiny seed. Every extraordinary life begins the same way. So here's my challenge to you. Choose one small action before this day ends. Don't wait for motivation. Take one step and let momentum find you. Your future is being built right now, one decision, one habit, and one small win at a time. Remember, small wins don't just change your life. They rewire your brain.